Good morning, it's Sunday, 4th of June 2017. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.ardhavaneng.com. Let's now look at the paper highlights from today's newspapers. The top highlight in Sunday Times says, 3-month grace on loan repayments for disaster victims, says Central Bank. The central bank directed all licensed banks in Sri Lanka to grant a 3-month moratorium on repayment of loans to customers in flood-affected areas. The CB is to extend its policy decision to other areas too. This is for customers in areas found to be part of the supply chain related to the flood-affected areas. The CB decision comes following an extensive assessment of flood-hit areas. The objective, an official said yesterday, was to revive the economy in the flood-hit areas so normalcy could return early. Various state agencies are conducting surveys to ascertain the extent of the damage. The Road Development Authority estimates that over 6 billion rupees will be required to rebuild badly damaged road network. According to RDA Director of Maintenance Management, Kamal Amaravira, the worst hit are the southern, western and Sabaragama provinces. The damage to roads in the SP has been estimated at 3.7 billion rupees, 1.8 billion rupees in Sabaragamu and 1.3 billion rupees in the western province. The highlight in the middle says, Supreme Court orders 1 million rupees compensation to police torture victim. The Supreme Court this week ordered the repayment of 1 million rupees in compensation to a man who was tortured by officers of the Bandaragama police station. A sub-inspector, constable, sergeant and security assistant were personally ordered to pay 125,000 rupees each to Chamida Sampath Kumara from Walgama Velimilla Junction. And the highlight at the bottom says, NBRO extends landslide warnings. Death toll reaches 224 with 78 missing. The National Building Research Organization yesterday extended its landslide warnings in 7 districts affected by the adverse weather as the death toll increased to 224 with 78 missing. A 24-hour landslide warning was issued last afternoon for the divisional secretariats of Ratnapura, Kegol, Galle, Kalutara, Matara, Hambantota and Nuwara. NBRO officials said the warnings could be further extended later today if the rains continue. Floodwaters in many parts of the worst affected district had receded by yesterday. A total of 6,98,289 persons from 1,79,376 families were affected by the adverse weather, of which 25,245 persons from 7,131 families are currently housed in 225 welfare camps. According to the Disaster Management Center, over 2,000 houses were classified as fully damaged, while more than 11,000 houses had sustained partial damage. Let's now look at the paper highlights in Sunday Observer. The top highlight says, Disaster Management Ministry underspends. The Ministry of Disaster Management has only utilized 8% of its allocated capital expenditure budget for administration and establishment services, according to its annual performance report for 2016, prepared in accordance with Circular No. 402 of the Department of Public Finance. As per the report, the estimated provisions for capital expenditure and administration and establishment services stood at 260,600,000, while the expenditure has been calculated at 21,796,424, indicating an expenditure of 8% out of the total estimate. Other components of expenditure allocated for the Minister's Office and recurrent expenditure under administration and establishment services is calculated at over 95%. The Secretary to the Ministry, S. Mianvel, told the Sunday Observer that capital allocations are for projects and obtaining capital goods by the Ministry. Another highlight says, HRC calls for action against racial intolerance. The Human Rights Commission of Sri Lanka, in a letter to President Maithripala Sirisena on religious and racial intolerance, calls on the government to take meaningful action against such violent activities carried out in the country. The HRC is gravely concerned about the acts of violence and aggression targeting the Muslim community which have aggravated in recent days. The Commission notes that previously similar conduct led to the violence at Alutgama in June 2014, resulting in a loss of lives and destruction of property. We also do note that to date, no meaningful action has been taken to make those responsible for instigating and perpetrating the outcome of violence accountable, the letter read. The highlight in the middle says, Finance Ministry to act after studying AG's report. The Finance Ministry will take action to correct where it should be corrected after studying the Auditor General's report which disclaimed accounts of the Finance Ministry last week. We want to study the report and discuss with the Auditor General before we take any decision on this report, State Finance Minister Iran Wickramaratne told the Sunday Observer. He added that the way the accounts are computed by the Auditor General has been changed over the last couple of years. It doesn't mean to say that the AG's report is wrong, but I would say what needs to be corrected will be corrected, he said. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The top highlight says, UNP shocked, badly shaken. My position in government diluted, says Kabir. Another highlight says, Budget 2017. Disaster management expenditure cut by 29%. Budget 2018 to see further 10% cut. The long-term plan of the government to mitigate the risk of disasters in this question in the context of a scaling down of capital expenditure for the Ministry of Disaster Management. According to the budget estimates for 2017, capital expenditure allocated for the Ministry of Disaster Management was cut by approximately 29% in 2017 and it is expected to be further cut down by another 10% in 2018. The highlight in the middle says, Floods wreak havoc in Kalutara. Most of the flood relief camps have now been deserted as the people have left for their damaged homes in a vain attempt to forage for whatever was left of their belongings. That's all for today's newspaper highlights and we'll get back to you with more news tomorrow. Thank you.